Everyone thinks China cheap products plus factories, but that's only 10% of the story. China has the largest bank, digital payment system, and is building a new financial system without the dollar. Today I'm breaking down 10 things most people don't know about China's economy. 7 will shock you. Comment China if you want to understand where the world is headed. Let's get into it. Truth 10. China doesn't use cash anymore. 90% of payments are digital via Alipay and WeChat Pay. Even street vendors use QR codes. They've skipped credit cards completely. Truth 9. The digital yuan is already here. China launched the ECNY central bank digital currency. It's trackable and programmable, testing it with 200 million users. Truth 8. China owns the world's largest banks, including ICBC and China Construction Bank, all bigger than JP Morgan and Bank of America combined. Truth 7. China lends more money than the World Bank and IMF combined, with the Belt and Road Initiative amounting to $1 trillion, lending to 150 countries. Truth 6. China's real estate is bigger than the US housing market at $60 trillion, yet 30% of apartments are empty, creating ghost cities. Truth 5. China controls the global supply chain with 80% of batteries, 70% of solar panels, and 60% of ships. If China stops, the world stops. Truth 4. China is de-dollarizing, trading oil and goods with Saudi Arabia, Brazil, and Russia in yuan, and building alternatives to SWIFT through BRICS. Truth 3. China's stock market operates in 2 worlds, a shares for locals only and 8 shares for foreigners in Hong Kong, leading to different rules. Truth 2. China's middle class comprises 400 million people, spending more on luxury than any country, crucial for brands like Louis Vuitton and Apple. Truth 1. China controls the future of money, with dominant global companies like BYD, TikTok, and DJI back government financing. Bonus truth. China can print money differently. The government, banks, and state companies operate as one system, allowing financing without tax increases. China isn't just a factory, it's a bank and a tech company driving a new financial system. The yuan and digital yuan are coming. If you're a creator or investor, you need to understand China. What truth shocked you most? Comment below and subscribe for more insights. Everyone talks about China, but India is playing a different game. Today I'm breaking down 10 things most people don't know about India's economy and finance. Truth 10. India does more digital payments than any country. UPI facilitates 12 billion transactions per month. It's free and instant, even beggars use QR codes. Truth 9. India's average age is 28, with 1 billion people under 35, providing a large workforce for the next 40 years. Truth 8. India exports brains, not just goods. With leading CEOs in major companies and 5 million IT workers, India earns $200 billion from services. Truth 7. The rupee is weak, but the economy grows at 7% per year, faster than China, fueled by consumption, not debt. Truth 6. India has over 100 unicorn startups, second only to the US and China, with major companies like Flipkart and Zomato leading the way. Truth 5. India is the largest consumer of gold, with 25,000 tons in homes worth $1.5 trillion, influencing global prices. Truth 4. Make in India is working, with Apple making 14% of iPhones in India and other companies relocating factories there. Truth 3. India's stock market is booming, with Nifty and Sensex at all-time highs and foreign investors contributing $50 billion last year. Truth 2. India receives $120 billion in remittances, the largest in the world, significantly impacting the economy. Truth 1. India aims to de-dollarize, trading oil with Russia in rupees and seeking a BRICS payment system. Bonus truth. India skipped the middle-class trap, moving from agriculture to services and tech directly. India isn't the next China. India is the first India. By 2030, India will be the 3rd largest economy. If you're a business, investor, or creator, ignore India at your own risk. The US has $35 trillion in debt, prints the dollar that 60% of the world use, and owns the biggest stock market on earth. But here's what they don't tell you on the news. The US economy is what you think. Today I'm breaking down 10 things most people don't know about the USA economy and finance. Truth 10. The US doesn't back the dollar with gold since 1971. It's backed by trust plus the US military plus oil. That's why it's called the petrodollar. If countries stop using dollars, the system breaks. Truth 9. Companies control the stock market. Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon, Google, Meta, Tesla. The Magnificent 7, 30% of the S&P 500. If they crash, the whole market crashes. Truth 8. The US government pays $1 trillion in interest just on debt, more than the military budget. And debt is growing $1 trillion every 100 days. Truth 7. Most Americans are broke. 60% can't cover a $1,000 emergency. Average credit card debt, $10,000, but the stock market is at all-time highs. Two different economies. Truth 6, the Fed can print trillions with one button. COVID, $6 trillion printed in 2 years. That's why your groceries cost 30% more. Inflation hidden tax. Truth 5, the US brings inflation to the world. When the Fed raises rates, other countries crash. When the Fed prints money, everyone gets inflation. The dollar is everyone's problem. Truth 4, housing is broken. Average home, $420,000. Average salary, $59,000. BlackRock's big funds buying entire neighborhoods. Young people can't afford house anymore. Truth 3, the US makes money from ideas, not factories. Epic Go, Netflix, OpenAI, Tuffer plus Finance plus Entertainment, 80% of GDP. They sell iPhones for $1,000 that cost $200 to make. Truth 2, other countries are ditching the dollar. China plus Russia plus India plus Saudi, trading in other currencies, BRICS, payment system. If the dollar loses research step, prices explode. Truth 1, the US economy runs on debt plus consumption. Americans buy now, pay later. Government spends now, tax later. The whole system needs people to keep borrowing. Bonus truth, the US is quietly building a digital dollar, Fed now. CBDC research, they're watching China's digital yuan. Cash might disappear in 10 years. The US is still one, but one doesn't mean unbreakable. Debt, inflation, hosting de-dollarization. These are the real problems no one talks about. If you live in the US or use dollars, you need to understand the system. What truth shocked you? Comment below. Comment USA for my free PDF. How to protect your money during dollar changes 2026. Comment next for what most people don't know about Europe economy. Subscribe. We explain money without the politics. Europe, 27 countries, one currency, $18 trillion economy, luxury brands, big banks. But Europe is in trouble. Energy crisis, a aging population, debt, and they're fighting to stay relevant. Today I'm breaking down 10 things most people don't know about Europe's economy and finance. 9 explains why Europe is so expensive. Truth 10, 20 countries use the euro, 7 don't. Sweden, Poland, Denmark still have their own currency. The euro isn't all of Europe, it's a club. Truth 9, Europe tax you to death, 20%, tax 45%. That's why a $1,000 iPhone costs $1,400 in Europe. Truth 8, the ECB can't print like the Fed. Europe has 27 governments. One central bank. Germany wants low inflation. Italy wants spending. They fight constantly. Truth 7. Europe's population is dying. Average 44. Birth rate 1.5. You will play pensions in 20 years. Truth 6. Europe gave up energy independence. Used to buy cheap gas from Russia. Now buying expensive gas. Truth 5. Europe owns luxury. LVMH, Hermes, Gucci, Rolex, Ferrari. Europe makes 500 billion Sears selling $10 K bags. Truth 4. European banks are weak. Deutsche Bank. Credit Suisse collapsed. European banks, $500 billion. Truth 3. South Europe is drowning in debt. Greece, Italy, Spain, 150% plus. Truth 2. Europe regulates, America builds. No Google, no Meta, no Nvidia from Europe. Instead, Europe fines them $20 billion. Truth 1. Europe is building the digital euro. The ECB wants a CBDC by 2026, trackable, controllable, to compete with China. Bonus truth, Europe's secret, we happen the single market, 500 million people, no borders, one rulebook. Europe isn't dead, but it's not growing like US or China fold. Expensive, regulated, but stable and rich. What truth surprised you? Comment below Europe for my free PDF. How to do business in Europe 2026 plus 50 EU companies hiring.